Well, hey tubers, how y'all been? I'm kind of doing a video that I've never done before. I know I did one here a long time ago, some refrigerators, you know, my refrigerator haul. Seems like haul videos don't get a lot of views, and I did a couple of them, you know, my projects haul and stuff like that, and get like 20 views, and 5 years later it's got 30 views, you know. But I'm really wanting to do this whether I get the views or not. If y'all watch any kind of antique radio restoration, you probably know about the Kutztown. It's supposed to be pronounced Kutztown, but I call it Kutztown, Pennsylvania. It's a radio show that's twice a year in Pennsylvania. One's in May, the other one's in September. I've been to it 4 times. It is 739 miles from my house, pushing 1,500 mile round trip, because I live right outside of Chattanooga. Got to go up 75 through Knoxville and then hit 81 and pretty much drive 81 all the way to it. You're within 100 miles of New York City, so okay. My main picture there, that's the stuff that I bought at Kutztown this year. This Admiral 20X11, it's the back off of it. I bought that at Kutztown. I bought this Belmont right here. That's not a Crosley repo. It's a real Belmont. I bought this Crosley here, missing a knob. It's pretty beat up, but I'll talk about prices and stuff in a minute. I got these 3 RCA record players. These 2 are, all right, you know the RCA bullhorn radios that it's got a phono, an RCA jack in the back for phonos. That's what these are for. You know, if you bought that radio, well, I'll tell you what. I got a bullhorn right here. So you got to see it right here. It says phono. It's upside down. It says phono right here, and it's phono jack. And the only reason I put it in there because this ain't part of my. I bought it at Kutztown a couple years ago, and I'll get into that and show pictures. And so I was trying the cartridges out on these 2. This cartridge works. This one's dead. This one's ampion. It's got a built-in amp, and I actually plugged it up with a cord like it is. You just pull the wiring apart from each other, and kind of, you know, pull one on one side, one on the other, and you can plug it up without putting a power cord on. And all 3 idler wheels are dead. The cartridge is dead on this one and this one. Cartridge is kind of working on this one. Humming on that one, obviously needs recapped. And I bought this Silvertone. I've got this, this is my BK Model 365 CRT tester, because I was testing the picture tube out on that Admiral, which I'll get into. And this is a Silvertone I picked up. I bought it for the knobs, because I have the FM and AM version that's missing the knobs. So I'll get into some of past what I bought in the past. I'll talk about this big old thing here in a minute. Okay, the Belmont, does it work? The Silvertone, does it work? I haven't plugged in the Zenith because it's missing a knob and there's a tube missing out of it. Obviously, the Admiral is fully original, and the picture tube is showing low emissions on it. That's why I went and got my BK out, trying it out, but I'm slowly trying to work on it. I don't know, that tube tester may need to be recapped. It's never been, I used it on my porthole, you know, when I restored it. And this one, if I crank the voltages up on the heater, on the filament, up to about 8 or 9 volts and let it cook, I can drop it, and the emission is right there on the bad good line. But you know, if I plug it up right now, it'll show 0. Okay. Let me show you what else I got over here. Give me just a second. All right. This is a Motorola SH17GL. Beauty machine right here. This is a. I mean, look how mint this thing is. You can see my phone. Look at that. You can make out the camera lenses. Beautiful this thing is. Outside of it is not the best shape. See, it looks like it's got a bunch of stains on it. But this folds up like a suitcase. So this closes up, that closes up, latches down, and makes a suitcase. It's super heavy. This has been restored, I think, in mid-2000. This is the original cartridge for it right here. And it's got a newer one in it. It needs replaced. And it's got a receipt in here that says the year 2000 for this cartridge. And they put the original one in the box. I think it's been recapped. I haven't been into it. But when I've opened it up and checked everything out in it, it had a newer fuse holder in it. So you screw a fuse in. That tells me that it's been restored. And I had to detox all the pots, because you turn this and it would just super stay. You know how volume does, when it's needs to be cleaned. So that's all I had to do to it. No idler wheel problems. I mean, it sounds beautiful. I don't want to play anything right now because of 33, 45, 78. I mean, it's, there's no stoppage, no nothing. So I got this. Okay, I bought this and the Admiral TV at the auction. They have an auction on Friday night, and I got this for $30. Let me go back over there to the TV, and I got the TV for $45. Probably a little bit more. That 24 is the lot number. That 205 that was on the front of the record player was the lot number. So I gave $30 for the record player, $45 for the TV. Me and one other guy duked it out on the TV, and me and a different guy duked it out on. I probably could have got these for both $10. One for one guy on each one. But the TV doesn't have any cracks. It's got the knobs, no cracks on the backlight or anything. I'll tell you what else I paid. I gave $55 for the Belmont. Belmonts go in decent condition, no cracks or anything. They go for about $50. That's the tag. It says 70. He wanted 70. I offered him 50. He said, I'll take 55 for it. I said, all right. And it's got a newer cord on it, but he said he never restored it. He just bought. I guess he bought it to flip, but it doesn't work. So I've got to do some stuff to it. Mint ones that that are not beat up. I mean, this is, other than this mark, this, and this is worth $100. But the Crosley reproduction. They say Crosley right down here where my thumb is, but this is an actual Belmont from 1946. So this is the most expensive thing that I bought. I gave $20 for the Silver Tony, wanted $25. I got it for $20. Worth it for the knobs. Got it for the knobs. And I'll explain later on the knobs. I got these for $5 a piece. The guy he had them sitting out there with a bunch of other stuff, and I saw them all day on Friday. The show is Friday and Saturday, but the main part of the show is on Friday. So what I always do is it's a 12-hour drive. I spend Thursday driving up. I go to the show, go to the auction, and then I spend Saturday driving back home. So I got these for $5 a piece. And why these are so cheap, he had them sitting out there, and he was packing up, and I said, what do you want for you RCA players? And he said, I'll take 5 a piece. I said, all right. Had them a 10 to 5 and loaded them up. Main reason why, these things you really can't, a lot of people don't want them and fool with them in the radio community, and I'm going to tell you why, is it would cost, these restored, I don't know, they vary in price. But these two right here, like I said, they plug up to, like that bullhorn I showed you in the first part of the video. They had no amps. They RCA jack, and then that one. These are more valuable because they got a built-in amp. It means you can just buy this and play 45s. These you have to have, I don't know. It was kind of an impulse buy. But these, like especially this one right here. This right here would cost $100 to restore, and you wouldn't be able to get that out of it. You'd be losing money. So I bought these for myself. The idler wheels are about $30 a piece. The cartridges are about $40 a piece. You got to have new, this one you obviously have to recap. You have to have new motor mounts. Cam wheels, sometimes you can get away with the cam wheel on it, not having to fool with it. But the cam wheels, a little bit of work, but they're cheap. You could buy just the rubber on the cam wheel and redone yourself. And I bought this Zenith for $5. There was a guy as soon as I got there, because they were letting the public in at 10 a.m. and the public had to wait outside the gate. And soon they let them in there. You know, you start people start running through there to see what deals they can get. And there was a guy that had a table that everything on the table was $5 a piece, and everything under the table was free. And he was gone before I even walked back through again. And this is the best thing that he had was this Zenith, and I handed him a $5 bill and took it. And you know, it needs to be painted. You know, I have it. You know, the missing the knob right here. So you know, it was worth it. You know, it's got the back to it. It's missing two of the tubes right there. It looks like the rest of the tubes are in there. I think that's even loose in the chassis. Okay. Now let's get to what this big old puppy right here is. This ain't part of the Kutztown haul. I picked this up on my way to Kutztown on Marketplace at a town called 84, Pennsylvania. Okay, this is right up under Pittsburgh. Kutztown is almost to Philadelphia. So I had to do like a V. So I drove up through Knoxville, up through mostly West Virginia on Thursday. Left out early in the morning. I picked this up for free, and then I had to drive 2 more hours west, stay in a motel, which is halfway point from 84, Pennsylvania to Kutztown, Pennsylvania, stay the night, and then drive the rest of the way on Friday morning to the show, because the show didn't start till 10 a.m. for the public. Dealers came in at 8 a.m., so they had 2 hours to set up. And I'll explain some of that when I talk about my past 3 Kutztown trips. And I'll have to go out to my building and show you stuff I bought for. This is a 1948 Philco projection set. Okay, open this up. I got it for free. It's a Marketplace. There is a couple of videos of these that were posted, I don't know, over 10 years ago. Just type in Philco 48-2500 or Philco projection TV. It's the only projection TV Philco ever built in 1948. This is a 25-inch screen. It's a front projection set. It's pretty beat up, but I got it for free. And I was piddling with it yesterday. That's the picture tube, and it sits inside of there, and there's a mirror inside of there that it bounces back through past the tube. So this sits up in here, and there's a mirror, and it shines off that mirror and then turns and shines on the lid. So I was just checking all this stuff out. So the mirror is going to have to be resilvered, and I got it for free. It was sitting in the basement. I bought it from the original owners, or got it. I didn't buy it. Got it from the original owner's son. So it's been in the same family since new. Yeah, it needs a new grill cloth. It needs this corner is really bad shape. And this is the back. Got the back on it. See the corner. It looks like rats just chewed in there. So, but I got this for free. It took up most of the room. I rented a SUV, a Jeep crossover, on Wednesday because I want to keep the miles off our cars. And number 2, I got room in it. Got room in it. So this took up most of the room, and everything else, I mean, everything was packed tight in there. So while I walk out to my building, I'll talk about the other 3 Kutztown shows. My first Kutztown show I went to was in, let me reverse. So it's my neighbors mowing the yard. So my first time I went to Kutztown was in May of 2022. and it was a vacation. Me and my wife vacationed in Pennsylvania, and we decided to vacation based off going to Kutztown, because I always wanted to go to Kutztown, never went. And so we stayed a week up there in an Airbnb, and we went to Hershey, Pennsylvania, went to Harrisburg, we went to Pittsburgh for the day, and then made Kutztown part of our vacation. And this is what I bought. This picture that I'm showing you right now is what I bought on my first trip to Kutztown. Not much. Zenith Cobra-Matic record player. I got it for $5 at the auction. What else is there? All of that stuff. I think I bought a couple things at the auction. Let me turn around here. Open it up here. Get a little light in here. Okay. There's my Zenith Cobra-Matic that I bought for $5 and I haven't done anything with. And let's see, what else did I bought from? Okay, there's the Motorola. I think I bought it at the auction. You know, as I look at the pieces, I remember I haven't done anything with. I think I gave around 20 bucks for it at the auction. Duked it out with a guy. I bought, I think these two clock radios. Are they in the picture? If I don't remember. Maybe I didn't buy this one and I did buy this one. I know I bought this one. I bought this one the next day. I didn't buy that at the auction. And let's see here. The rest of the stuff that you see in the pictures, yeah, I know I bought that first year. I bought it the next day and made an offer on it. The guy had it. I remember buying it. But everything else you see in the pictures, I end up selling later on. Okay. Okay. Fast forward to next year, which was May of 23. Okay, May of 23 was a huge year. I bought a bunch of stuff. Here is everything that I bought in May of 23. I've got that big Philco. I can't even remember the model number. It's in the house. I'll have to show it to you. That big Philco. I gave $22.50 for it at the auction. And my wife, it was just me and my wife went. My son stayed with my parents, and me and her made just a 12-hour. We did the trip just like I did. Me and her just went, and I picked up. I've been hunting for one of these. I haven't done anything with it, and I ended up buying it at the auction for $55 because these are, everybody wants them, and it's still exactly how I bought it. It needs to be cleaned. You can see that little spot right there. It's clean. That's where I licked my finger to see if that would come off, and I still haven't done anything with this. It's still got its auction tag, and it says 158 because that was a lot number, and my number was 54 that they wrote on there. So it's still got the auction tag on. Okay, and I know I gave 50 something for that. The bullhorn that you've seen in there, that was in that Red Ryder wagon, I gave 20 for it at that same auction. Trying to think. I'll have the words up here. I know there's an RCA radio. I sold it. There might be some other stuff there that I sold. Okay. All right. Okay, let's fast forward to the fall show, September. I didn't go to the spring of 24, sorry. I went to the fall of 24, and I decided to get a booth and sell. I had a bunch of reel-to-reel stuff that I kind of fooled with in my early days of radio fooling with. Radio stuff, and I didn't care nothing about them, so I got rid of that. I had a bunch of stuff that I fooled with. Sold a bunch of stuff. Okay, I forgot. Spring of 23, I bought that. That's in the picture. I still have that. So let's move on to fall of 24. Okay, I bought a lot of stuff. Here's a picture of everything I bought in fall of 24. And first off, this is my booth set up before I sold anything. And I sold everything that I had except for the Motorola. In the far left of the picture is a Motorola. I ended up bringing it back home. And I ended up giving it to somebody on Marketplace. So all that, I sold everything in that picture. Okay. Here's the Hair Crafters. I gave $15 for it at the auction. I still have it. It's been restored. So here it is. This Emerson, which I've been wanting. That's another one I was wanting. I gave $50-something for it at the auction, and it's been restored. I think I gave 15 or 20 for this. It's a Crosley bullhorn, and I ended up recapping it, but it needs some more work done to it. I bought it for 15, 20 at Kutztown. That's a regular show. And then I bought this Crosley here. It's pretty neat. I bought it from the same guy I bought this Crosley from. Right here, the bullseye. And he threw in this. So I've got two silver tones right here, a white one and a black one. And you notice I got the white knobs. So this one's got white knobs. This one didn't have no knobs. So pretty much he said, I'll sell you this, but I'll throw that in because I wanted that. And the knobs were missing. But this is the FM version. So it's got AM and FM. And so does that, AM and FM. The one that I paid 20 for is just AM. So I bought it for the knobs to put on this one. Now if the cabinet is in better shape, I'll use the cabinet, but obviously I'll use the guts out of this thing. Okay, what else did I buy? I think I bought, that's the other bullhorn. I bought it at the auction. I don't remember what I gave for it. Let's see. I got this last fall. Let's see. Let me look at some of this stuff here. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. Everything else that you do not see, no pause here, that you didn't see in the building, that are in the pictures, except for the big Philco console, which I'll take in the house and show it. I sold it. Oh, the Zenith chair side that I bought in the fall, but you see it, you know, all that stuff sitting right here, and I'm about right there with my wife's car taking the picture out that way. And that's what I started doing. But when I unloaded the car from it was pouring down rain, so I had to take all my pictures from inside the garage. So but the Zenith chair side, I gave it $25. This is my biggest deal that I ever had. I gave $25 for it. It had been restored. All it needed was just, it had covered in dust. And I sold it for $350 on Marketplace. I made $320, and it paid for my lodging and fuel and everything from the fall. Now this year, I didn't have that kind of luck. I might be able to get $20 a piece out of them, clean them up. Don't know. I might get 50 out of that TV, but hell, I gave 45 for it. So this stuff I bought for that I want. So let's go inside and I'll show you that Philco. All right, here's that Philco that I purchased for $22.50. In let's see, what part of that? Spring of 23. Yeah, spring of 23 show. And we have it here at the end of the hall. You open it up here. And it works beautifully. This is it right here. All right, guys. I kind of made it quick inside because my son and wife was in there and they were busy doing something. I said, "Can y'all be quiet?" I was, so I'm doing a video, so I just made it real fast. The best buy that I ever got as far as flipping was that Zenith chair side that I got. I sold it for $350. Now, I could probably get a pretty good nickel out of that Philco, but my wife loves it. That's why it's in the house and in the hall. She loves it. She didn't even know I bought it. That was the Kutztown that she went with me, just me and her, and she didn't even realize I even bought it. She was in the auction with me, and she goes, "You bought that?" I said, "Yeah, $22.50." She didn't know I even got it for $22.50 because it was so big, big, and man, you could buy really nice big stuff there. Most people don't have the room in their vehicles to haul that home or room at home. But we did. We had rented an SUV. I don't remember what size it was, and we had to turn it on its side. Oh, there's a little console in that same picture. I sold it. I got it for like $1. It was just a mercy buy, and I ended up selling it and 2 or 3 other radios for a certain price. I don't remember. But it was a mercy buy. I think I bought it for $1. So everything. Okay, let me show you the Kutztowns. I'm gonna put all 3 pictures up here back to back. Spring of 22. The stuff that I have a red line through is the stuff that I sold. I no longer have. And then spring of 23, red line of stuff that I've sold. And then fall of 24, stuff that I've sold. Obviously, today is Thursday, and I just got back Saturday. The only thing, I'm gonna tell you, if y'all any kind of antique radio stuff, make a trip out to Kutztown. I know if you're out West Coast, it'd be hard, but at least go up there once. I'm addicted. I gotta go at least once a year. I don't go to both shows. My wife asked me, "So you gonna go to the fall show?" I'm like, no. I said, "I'll go to the spring show or fall show next year. I don't want to start that going twice a year." But oh yeah, I mentioned earlier in the video about the Kutztown that dealers came in at 8 a.m. and get set up, and the public comes in at 10, and they're strict. They wait until 10 a.m. They stand there at the gate, and everybody's lined up to go in there, and same way with the dealers. Now, this past show was the first year that they changed the hours. It used to be the dealers came in at noon on Thursday, and it was nothing but the dealers on Thursday evening. Nothing but the dealers. And then the public come in at like 7, 8 o'clock on Friday, and then the auction was Friday night, and then Saturday was 7, 8 o'clock till noon or something like that. A lot of people tore down after Friday. It was a ghost town on Saturday. But they changed it. So what would happen is when I set up in September of 24, was last year the old way, and I got there, I don't know, 11:30, people were lined up outside the gate, and they had these rows, and the first ones that got there would be the first ones going there and set up. I'm glad I was able to experience it the old way, and it was great. I bought, let me show you what else I bought. I know there's 2 RCAs in the fall of last year. There's 2 RCAs in the fall of last year that that I didn't picture. Okay, this is a RCA 45 player. It just played it by a single, and you would just stick the record in there and then pushed up on this, and it would play the 45, and as soon as it play, it would shut off. Okay, have you noticed that it's taken apart and there's parts in this and it's sitting there? And then here's the RCA radio 45 phono upside down with a Ziploc bag hanging out of it. Okay, those two, I was thinking those are the only 2 things that I still have from all the Kutztown that I haven't shown you, and why they're unfinished projects, and why it goes back to those 3 that I bought, that they're so expensive to restore. They are what I say, they each one of them would cost me, you know, $100 to restore each one of them, and you couldn't get $50. That's why these are sitting here. This one needs a cartridge. This one needs an idler wheel and a cartridge. Like I said, idler wheels are $30, cartridges are $40. That's why they're sitting. I got to the point to where I couldn't go any further unless I wanted to spend the money, and I did not want to spend the money at the time, and I still don't want to spend the money. That's why they're shoved in here. So, kind of sorry, you know. Here I am, you know, putting projects on the back burner, not finishing them because I don't want to spend the money on idler wheels and cartridges. And now I turn around and go buy 3 more RCA Victor record players, you know, or I go out there and buy more Kutztown stuff and not finish the projects that I got. I reckon, you know, you get to a point to work on that stuff, and then you're like, I'd rather spend the money on more radios than fixing these, because these 45 players is, I don't know, they're just, I guess they cost more money than the satisfaction in fixing them. Maybe, I don't know. It is, and I have one other 45 player. It's in the house. I gave it to my wife when we first started dating, and it's the common one, you know, with the built-in amp, and it needs an idler wheel. I never replaced the idler wheel on it. I think somebody wasn't making them at the time or something, and I didn't put one in it, but it gets trouble every now and then. It's got a new cartridge in it, and I actually restored it for myself, and I never finished a restoration on it for some reason. I don't remember. This is before me and my wife started dating, and I decided when we were dating, I decided to finish the restoration and give it to her, and it's in her craft room. If y'all follow my wife, Michelle, if you follow her, you probably see it in the background in some of her Barbie videos. So, yeah, guys, we'll make this video 32 minutes long. But Kutztown is just, I wish I could take videos. I'm too involved in finding the deals than go around and take videos. But if y'all want videos of Kutztown show, go to YouTube and type in Kutztown radio show, and there's 2 guys, sometimes 3. One guy, he's kind of inconsistent on posting videos, but Radio Wild and Hamfest PA. I know it's Hamfest something. It's Hamfest PA, Hamfest something. He'll take a video of everything there. Radio Wild will take a little bit, a snippet of the radio auction. If you go back to his video from spring of 22, you can film him, or you can see me. You can see the Zenith Cobra-Matic that I paid $5 for. He films me auction it off. You don't see me bidding on it, but you just see him holding it out there and stuff. So if you ever watch that video, you'll see it. Somebody caught footage of me bidding on the RCA Bullhorn. It's in one of those videos from the spring of 23. And then if you go to the fall of 24, Radio Wild's video, you can see me. He's behind me filming, and I have a Bucky's Tennessee shirt on and a Tennessee Vols orange hat on, and that's me sitting there at the auction. That's Radio Wild's video from fall of 24 last year's. I didn't bid on anything that he shot in that video, and he didn't shoot none of the auction this past weekend. But yeah, the Hamfest and Radio Wild videos, he'll show you every table and go up down there. I don't have to do videos. They do good videos of Kutztown. So I mean, there's like hi-fi amp equipment there, a little bit of everything. You know, I've seen beta stuff there. I've seen CED stuff there. I bought 2 CED players for the fall show. I didn't film none of them, but I gave $20 for both of them. Fixed one of them, sold it. The other one is brand new in the box. I got put up somewhere, but they weren't part of the antique radio auction. They were just kind of an impulse buy. But yeah, guys, I don't know what I like to film me restoring this Philco TV. It's kind of a big project, big deal. I don't know. All I've done was take all that out and look at it. But yeah, I just wanted to share. I know I won't get many video views on this, but I want to share my Kutztown experience and what I bought and what I paid for stuff. But if you're in antique radios, try to at least go Kutztown. If you go to Kutztown once, you'll want to go back, especially if you're in the South, because Highway 81 is such an easy drive. If this, me living in Chattanooga, if this radio show was like in Florida or Valdosta or something like that, and I have to go through Atlanta on I-75, nah. I'd rather slit my throat than drive through Atlanta. I would. 285 bypass. It's not worth going through there for anything. Nothing. But 81, man, probably the only traffic I ever run into was in Chattanooga back coming home. Other than that, 80 mile an hour all the way. 80 mile an hour. 85, 90 if you want to. Traffic, I mean, so you can make 12, you can do 739 miles in less than 12 hours. In 10 or 11 hours, you set the cruise at 80, 85 mile an hour, roll on. Not that big a deal. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, if you ever go to Kutztown, check it out. Check those videos out of other people's film Kutztown. And try to go if you've never been. Try to go at least once. Check it out. Like I said, you always want to go back. And I love it. I love it. I mean, because I can get really good deals. There's no way I could have bought 3 RCA record players for $5 a piece around here. Those right there would have been $20 or $30 a piece around here. And that would have been a good deal. Because most of that stuff is more up north. So, neighbors over weed eating. So, thank you guys. And I'll catch you on the next one. And we'll see if it could be that Philco projection set if I get to working on it. Thank you guys.